What's up, Tricology family? Welcome back to another episode of the Tricology News Talk. This is our first anniversary of the Tricology News Talk. We started last year, and we had some great news content for you guys, and we're gonna have some more for it going into the 2021, and we're gonna have some more content as it is, like more news, more talk discussions, and more stuff in that we can come up with. And today we have a lot of news topics to discuss for you today. So without further ado, let's get started. So within the new year, let's talk about what's happening at Disney World right now. Starting between January 8th through February 22nd, of course, we have the Festival of Arts at Epcot. On March 3rd to July 5th, we have the Flower and Garden Festival at Epcot. And then around spring 2021, they don't have an official date yet, but it's slated to release around that time. We'll be getting Remy's Ratatouille Adventure at the France Pavilion at Epcot. That's going to be one of the new rides that's going to be open. And then in the summertime in 2021, again, no release date yet, but expected to release at around that time. We'll be getting the Space 220 restaurant near the Mission Space ride attraction at Epcot. So a lot of new things that are going to be happening at Epcot this year. And of course, the big one starting on October 1st, 2021, will be Disney World's 50th anniversary. So with that, we're going to expect to see more new rides that are coming out right after the 50th anniversary, new attractions, new parades, and new stuff are going to go. They already started fitting on the Cinderella Castle. So it's going to be something to look forward to this year, and especially with the 50th anniversary coming up. It's probably going to expect it to run to 2023 to be exact. Yeah, because it's going to run through there. So be on the lookout for that, you guys. If you're a big Disney World fans, we'll keep you updated if there's any news coming from Universal, and there's no news coming up. But well, you guys already know that the Jurassic World Villa coaster is coming in during the summer, and it's going to be at the Islands of Adventure um, section of Universal. So that's one of the new things that's going to be coming at Universal. But if we have more new stuff coming up, we'll have it right here on the Trilogy News Talk. But other than that, let's get into our next topic, and that's going to be on with that Sony officially announced that they're going to be release several new titles based on their video game library, with some going to be on be a TV series and some going to be a live action movie. So here's what a CBR report in their release news about it. So in May 2019, Sony officially launched PlayStation Production, a in-house studio designed to develop TV shows and movies based on the many titles from Sony's video game library. Sony is currently in post-production of Uncharted, a live-action based film based on an action-adventure video game series of the same name that is scheduled to release in 2021, starring Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. So yes, of course. So with that in mind, we already know Uncharted will be a movie, but with that other note is that Sony is making 7 shows and 3 movies based on PlayStation games. So we gotta wonder, what's gonna be the other 2 movies, and what's gonna be the 7 shows, and where's it gonna be at? Is it gonna be on a streaming service? Is it gonna be on regular cable? I'm like, well, we don't want to have that news yet. We'll probably have some news later on this year, or maybe in the coming years, or something like that. But that's what's going on with Sony as far as getting their stuff, their video games into a live action series or movies. And other than that, let's get into our next topic. Is that Michael B. Jordan will not only star in Creed 3, but he will also be directing as well. So he's kind of taking the role of what Sylvester Stallone is did, because Tessa Thompson said it in a recent interview, said that that not only will be returning as Creed, but he also going to be directing as well. So this is going to be Michael B's first directing role, but I'm sure he's going to have some few knowledge and some few knowledge from Ryan Coogler, because he's going to be slated to return to try to produce it, and maybe do some writing involved into it. But we already know he's going to be back because Michael B. Jordan had worked with Ryan Coogler with many movies, with Fruitable Station, Creed, and of course the Black Panther. So it's something to look over his shoulder when he doing some of the director roles. So I think he's gonna do great, not only in his performance but also in his directing role. So I can't wait to see what's gonna be like for there. But let's move on to some DC news. And the first DC news we have is that starting now, that DC will start to putting out movies not only in theaters but also to HBO Max as well. But let's read the article that was said in a recent. The most expensive DC movies, up to 4 a year, starting in 2002, are designed for release in theaters. Mark Hubbard said, "In digital superhero films, 2 annual is the goal. Perhaps focus on risking characters like Batgirl and Static Shock will arrive exclusively on HBO Max, the free streaming service owned by Warner Media." So this is a good strategy because here is the schedule so far as DC movies is concerned. So they will have 6 theatrical releases, starting with Suicide Squad, but that's going to be also HBO Max because of the pandemic situation about what's going on. But that's still going to be at theaters regardless. And we're going to have the Batman with Robert Pattinson, but we're going to get on another Batman story after this. But of course, Flashpoint, Aquaman 2, Shazam: Fury of the Gods, and Black Adam. And these are the 3 movies that's going to be on HBO Max. Justice League's Snyder Cut, The Batgirl Beyond, and Static Shock. And of course, the TV shows that's going to be on HBO Max, we're going to have the Peacemaker spinoff from the Suicide Squad, Green Lantern, Gothic Central, a spinoff towards the Robert Pattinson's Batman, and of course Justice League Dark, which is going to be probably going to be centered around in DC Standard Universe. And then the DC movie that's currently in development right now is the Amazon's movie, Wonder Woman 3, and J.B. Abrams' Superman. So that's who you have it for there as far as the DC project is concerned. But I also think they took into consideration and looking at how how Marvel did in their DC Investments Day, showing out all the stuff that they're gonna be releasing not only in theaters but also to streaming to Disney Plus with certain shows and certain movies. So I guess that's DC response respond back to them and see like, oh, this is our plan. This is what we're gonna be putting out. So back at you, Disney. So so I guess this is a good strategy for them and what they're gonna be releasing, and this is gonna be very tough to follow up to act for there. So we got some good competition right here, but we definitely be looking forward to them and see how they turn out. But back to another story I mentioned about the Batman is that DC is going to be running 2 Batman franchises. Yes, that's right. They're going to be running 2 Batman franchises. So I'm guessing Robert Pattinson's Batman is going to be in another Earth. And of course, we have the Batman in the DC Extended Universe. But let me just read the article as it is. Robert Pattinson isn't going to be the only Dark Knight in town when the Batman is released. As the plan for DC Films, movie 4 is to produce not only just one, but two separate Batman movie franchises running simultaneously. In a recent interview with the New York Times, DC Films president Walter Hamilton spoke about these plans, confirming a new actor will be brought in to replace Ben Affleck in the DC Standard Universe, while Robert Pattinson will still play the superhero in an unconnected movies of his own. So, I'm not sure what's going on with the Ben Affleck situation. I thought he signed on to be to Batman, but exclusively of the HBO Max. But I don't know what's going on with there. But based on this article, it looks like we're getting two separate Earths of the Batman. The one Batman in the extended universe, and the one Batman in its own universe time. So, but that's how I see this your universes the direction that they going with. But um but yeah, but I think that this is something to look forward to. But I really hope that the Robert Pattinson's Batman is really good as it is. And let's see what's going with the situation going on with Ben Affleck and who's going to be if they do replace him. Who's going to be the new actor to play in the Batman in the extended universe? But yeah. Other than that, let's get into our next topic, and that's going to be our AMC's situation. But yeah, everybody keeps saying AMC theaters is going to be going out of business starting out to 2020, but we finally have some good news coming out of it, and this is from Hollywood Reporter says, cinema giant AMC theaters had registered up to 50 million additional shares for sale to raise up to 124.7 million to make it through the coronavirus pandemic. We intend to use the net proceeds from the sales of the class of common stock offered by this purpose, pursuant to general corporate purposes, which may include the repayment finance, redemption, and repurchase of existing indebtedness and capital stock, working capital, and capital extension to other investments. AMC Theater says it's filing. So So that sounds like some good news. Between AMC, I hope that they can still stay in business because we still need those movie theaters by the time being. But uh, here's my thought: like the coronavirus, the pandemic, it's still going to go on. But I think it's all going to be going away by the fall season of 2021 because we got the vaccine, but like it's going to be a lot of people we got so many cases around the United States. It's so ridiculous, but it's gonna take a while. But like I said, it's I predict that the pandemic will be over by 2021, and then go be going back to the movie theaters, going back to concerts, going back to work, and like all this stuff. But we're gonna be fine there, and of course, AMC is gonna be fine there as well. But and moving on to our last topic of today. Is that I'm gonna reveal my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2021. But before we go into my top 10, let's review some honorable mentions here. So first off, we have Spider-Man 3. Of course, you guys already heard the news as that not only Tom Holland going to be in it, but also Andrew Garfield Spider-Man and also Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. And of course, we're getting back Gwen Stacy. We're getting back Mary J. Ross within Emma Stone and Kirsten Dunst. Of course, we have some villains returning. Jamie Foxx returning as Electro. We're getting Doctor Octopus back. We're getting Voltron. We're getting so many the villains to make up these Sinister Six. Of course, Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be in it as Doctor Strange, and I'm hearing that Charlie Cox Daredevil is going to be in it. But so we can't wait to see when the production is done, and so we can see some footage of like a little teaser of what's going on. But yeah, next one is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I think this is going to be our most diverse Marvel film, but I can't wait to see. So this is going to be something new, to the Marvel universe. Some may know about Shang-Chi, and some of you may not know about it, but I guarantee you we are gonna love this film. Of course, it's Marvel. Whoever's it up. Next one is gonna be Raya and the Last Dragon, a new Disney flick. But this one is gonna be released in theaters and also on Disney Plus with premium access from there. And Space Jam: A New Legacy, but this time LeBron teaming up with Bugs Bunny and the rest of the Looney Tunes of the Toon Squad, going against another evil AI and going through some Warner Brother characters to try to save the world again. And then we have Kingsman, uh, kind of like a prequel to the Kingsman, so it's gonna be something to look at. Of course, we already talked about Uncharted with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg on there, and Halloween Kills. It's a sequel to the last Halloween for there, and of course, Quiet Place 2, one of the great horror films of 2018. So this is something that I'm gonna be look at as well. So we already mentioned honorable mentions. Let's go into our top 10. So first one up is No Time to Die, and this is gonna be Daniel Craig's final performance as a 007 James Bond. It took a while to come through, but let's hope it stays. And it's an April release. Yeah, I forgot to mention some of these films may change. Do certain dates are subject to change, but let's hope that they don't move from there. But next one is Top Gun Maverick, the long related sequel with Tom Cruise. They're going to be in it. Next one up is Godzilla versus Kong. This is one to be everyone's going to be looking at. That one's going to be in theaters and HBO Max. Again, another Marvel new entry in the Marvel Extended Universe is the Eternals. I think this is gonna be just like Guardians of the Galaxy from there, but this is gonna be another movie to look at. Next one up is Dune. So we already, if you could think of Star Wars and Star Trek, so this is Warner Brothers version of that. Again, this movie is going to be released in theaters and HBO Max, and of course James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, and this is kind of like a sequel and a reimagining of the Suicide Squad. But yeah, that one is going to be released in theaters at HBO Max as well. Next one up, of course, is Black Widow, the finally Black Widow movie that we're finally going to get, and it's going to be released in another MCU class is going to be. Next one up is Fast and the Furious 9. Of course, you guys already see the teaser that Han is returning in there, but we're gonna see how he's still alive in there. But yeah, something to look at from there. Next one up is the Matrix 4. Yes, the Matrix 4. So Keanu Reeves is gonna be there. I'm sad that Lauren Fishburne is not gonna be in there, but that's okay. But still looking forward to it. And then last but not least is Mission Impossible 7. Let's just hope that this one is really good as the last one, Mission Impossible Fallout. But yeah, but that's our top 10 anticipated movies of 2021. And that's all of our news for today. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the topics that I discussed today. And leave your thoughts in the comment section. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell when new episodes are uploaded. And other than that, this is Trico, and I'm signing off. Peace.